few composers in history have reached as many listeners as John Williams, and that's an empirical fact. If we think about the movies that Williams has been associated with, many of those films are some of the highest grossing and farthest reaching films in history. We're talking, of course, about the Star Wars franchise. We're talking about the Indiana Jones franchise, movies like E.T. and Schindler's List and Jaws and others, which we'll discuss, Jurassic Park, of course. And because of the impact of those movies and the way that they have made their way into international theaters and home video and streaming platforms and such, people of all ages, now going back more than half a century, have been acquainted with the music of John Williams. And indeed, I will make the supposition today that not only are we acquainted with the music of John Williams, but that his tunes, his whimsical melodies, his inventive approach to harmony has made those musical excerpts some of the most recognizable fragments of music really in modern history. There are some scholars who point to pieces like Beethoven's Ode to Joy, the finale of the Ninth Symphony, as one of the most recognizable melodies in the history of human civilization. And undoubtedly, it is. In fact, I can share an anecdote. When I was teaching in Chengdu, China, about 5 years ago, my students were almost wholly unacquainted with Western style music, but they were acquainted with Beethoven and they were acquainted with John Williams. And I think when we put those two names in the same sentence, it may raise a few eyebrows. But again, going back to my earlier contention, it is my belief that John Williams will be remembered as one of the greatest composers in American music history and perhaps simply one of the greatest composers ever.